order that had walk around.
All right.
And then there's a couple that are assigned to particular board agenda items, but I'll pass this.
Yeah, that's fine. That'd be good. Okay. Let's go ahead and adjourn from closed session we had and call to order. Attendance, I believe everybody is here except for Michelle, and she's not with us tonight. Okay, we're going to, there were no public comments there. Okay, so yeah, there were none. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go to public comments and the script. Okay, pursuant to board policy number 2350, public comment may be limited to 3 minutes per person or 30 minutes per topic. All speakers who would like to comment regarding a matter on the agenda, meeting agenda, must submit a public comment card to the board president or recording secretary prior to the point in the meeting at which the agenda item is called. All speakers like to comment regarding a matter not on the meeting agenda must submit a public comment card to the board president or recording secretary prior to the point in the meeting for open forum on non-agenda items. Public comment cards are available at the information table at the back of the boardroom from the recording secretary or online. We ask that all speakers come to the podium to address the board. And okay, so we have the Pledge of Allegiance. Ms. Gaines.
Right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, item 9.1, agenda approval. Is there a motion?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any thoughts? None? Advice? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Now we've got the open forum on non-agenda items, and we did get a statement received written to the board members from faculty member Richard Flashman. Is that correct? Okay. And so we have two comment cards. Eugene Hernandez.
On behalf of the Antelope Valley Green Party, I welcome President Jennifer. How do you like our warm weather? It's going to get hotter this week. And I look forward to working with you.
Okay, Jason Bowen.
Good evening, everyone. Good to see you. Thank you for this opportunity to speak. First, I'd like to say welcome to our president. I'm looking forward to the direction that you're going to bring. These comments are my own, so representing myself here. What I'd like to ask, or this is a request, is that what I'd like to see is that we move from what I would like to see going forward as a member of the community is a move away from using consulting agencies to fill positions with interim representation. There was a comment made a couple of months ago, I suppose, I can't remember quite when. One reason for using consulting firms is that we can save some money because we don't have to pay benefits. However, hiring permanent employees, specifically administrators, the benefit is, not to use the word, to play off the word benefit purposefully, a benefit is we invest in our community, because when we hire permanent positions or people to fill these permanent roles, the benefits that we pay actually support the community. So what we're doing is we're building families in the Antelope Valley. So you can imagine if someone were hired, say, for a vice president position, rather than someone hired in an interim role, they have health benefits, dental, their spouses, partners, significant others also receive those benefits. Their children receive those benefits. And you have a healthy family. And we all know that in the communities in the world, when we have healthy families, that just creates for healthy communities. It provides for hope, that sort of thing, inspiration, and so on. Those kids go to school. They don't have to worry about medication. So they're happier. They can focus on schoolwork. And then other kids see those kids doing well, and then they do well in school. So, hiring permanent administrators on a permanent basis benefits the community. So I'd just like to see us move away from these using consulting firms to hire for interim positions. Thank you.
Now we have item 11.1, presentation by the foundation.
Good evening, President, and Board of Trustees. Topic today is scholarships. So a couple of points about scholarships. Without a donor, we would never have a scholarship program. Over the last 6 years, we have contributed over $1 million, about 1.4 actually, to scholarships to 688 students, with the average student being $1,500 awarded. That's up from 6 years ago when it was an average of $250 per student. I do want to say thank you to this Board of Trustees as well. Still, to my knowledge, I believe you're the only Board of Trustees that I know about that has contributed to your own scholarship. And I thank you for that. And I thank all of our donors out in the community, many of them in the room here as well. But the real reason that I'm here is to show you a great video. And the video is made by the students. It's about 5 minutes. It will seem like 2 minutes. And it's really to focus us in the beginning of a new fiscal year under the fact of we never want to forget who we're working for, and it's our students. So let's run the video, and then if there's questions afterwards, be glad to answer any questions.
Each year, scholarship recipients are invited to send a thank you video to their donor. Here are a few examples of ones we received this year. Enjoy.
Greetings to the members of the Austrian Scholarship Foundation. My name is Brianna Ortega. I represent the women's soccer team at Antelope Valley College, and this is my thank you video to all the members out there who have given me this opportunity to receive this scholarship. Not only will this scholarship be helping me financially reach my educational goals, but this scholarship has also impacted me with a lot of faith and a lot of courage to know that there's people out there who see the potential in me to do so. Given this opportunity, I am able to show generations to come that with dedication, hard work, commitment, and most importantly, discipline, any goals out there are achievable. You just have to put your mind to it. Once again, thank you guys for this opportunity, and I cannot wait to see what my future holds for myself.
Hello, my name is Jeremiah Hernandez, and I would like to express my gratitude for granting me the honor of being the recipient of the James B. Duprat Jr. Scholarship. This financial resource will allow me to work less hours and focus on my studies. Additionally, the scholarship will allow me the opportunity to pay it forward. For the knowledge I gain in these institutions will be multiplied by all the young minds my words will have the opportunity to reach. Again, I would like to thank you and emphasize the fact that the seed you have planted will grow, flourish, and be fruitful.
Hello there, this is Christopher Eatman, and I'm a student at ABC. I just wanted to give you guys a big thank you for me and my family both for your wonderful scholarship. It truly means a lot. And I'm gonna put it towards my education and hopefully getting a math degree and hopefully becoming a high school math teacher someday. Oftentimes people ask me, oh, what do you want to be? And I'm like, oh, I want to be a math teacher. And then people would say, oh, math was so hard for me. Oh, math was difficult. Math wasn't fun. But I want to change that. I want to make people realize that math can be fun. Math can be easy. It's like a little puzzle each time you do it.
Hi, my name is Grace Wellington. I just want to say thank you so much for my scholarship endowment. I am so thankful to be the recipient of this award, and thank you so much for trusting me and my future career and academic endeavors to grace me with this award. It's going to help greatly as I transition to CSUN as an English literature major this fall, and I'm so thankful, and I can't wait to see where else I go, and I appreciate you choosing me to be the recipient of this award.
Hello, my name is Estefania Lopez. I'm a first year at ABC and I am a psychology major. I wanted to start off by thanking Robert C. and Joyce F. Wilson Scholarship Endowment. When I first got the email that I had received the scholarship, I immediately called my mom and we both started crying. You guys brought so much happiness into our lives and so much faith that I could still continue my studies at ABC and further to a four-year university. It gave me the motivation to keep on going even when times got rough. And I really appreciate for you choosing me as one of the students to receive this scholarship.
Hello, this is Angel Brian Hurtado, and I am so grateful to have been awarded the Southern California Edison Scholarship. It is an honor to have been chosen. Thank you for believing in me and for supporting me in my journey to becoming a civil engineer and ultimately a structural engineer. It fills me with happiness to have been chosen to receive this scholarship. It makes all of my sacrifices worthwhile and it makes me feel appreciated. I will continue to push forward and to succeed one step at a time to the best of my abilities.
Hello, my name is Elijah Doles. I am a STEM major, majoring in mechanical engineering at Antelope Valley College. And I wanted to personally thank the Southern California Edison Scholarship Program for this very, very, very good scholarship. Super thankful, very thankful. I will make sure for the next few semesters, although the classes may be difficult, to study hard, pass my classes, time management, tutoring, use any resource I can on campus to make sure I get good grades. I'm very thankful that you guys have invested into me, and I am very lucky to have been in this situation.
Hi, my name is Leslie Johnson, and I am here to thank the John Brooks Memorial Scholarship for finding interest in me and my education, especially at my age. I am humbly grateful. This is going to allow me to have a little cushion moving forward to Bakersfield University. I must say that I never found anyone that took interest in my education other than myself. So this is truly a humbling experience. And I just want to thank everyone who took the time out to read my essay for this scholarship. And again, I truly want to thank you because this means a lot to me. This just encourages me to keep moving and pushing and going to higher elevations in life. And this right here is truly a blessing. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you guys so much for your wonderful scholarship. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much. May God bless.
Yay, right? I love seeing all the backgrounds, you know, there's a bedroom, there's a fan, there's whatever, right? And they're all just so candid. We use a program called ThankView software. It was developed out of Pepperdine University, and it only costs us about $1,000 every 2 years to use, and you use it on a cell phone. So hopefully the next year, in addition to being able to do videos, our donors love them. Comments coming back are just amazingly happy. We'll still do the videos, but we hope to be having a great meet and greet breakfast next year at the end of April. Any thoughts, comments, questions?
Excellent video. Very impressed.
Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Anybody else have any questions? All righty, so report of closed session action. Okay, we have one item to report. Pending litigation pursuant to Government Code 54656.95. Motion was made by Mr. Adams, seconded by Ms. Gaines. With a 4-0 vote, board approved the mediation settlement agreement for employee number 22-23/E-001. Okay. Yes, it was a 4-0 vote. Michelle Harmon was absent, so. Okay. Moving along, consent agenda. We do have a card for one of the items. I think what we can do is go ahead and take a motion and then we can have them comment, correct? Okay, so do we have a motion on the consent agenda?
So moved. Second.
Okay. Motion is second. All righty, so I think now we'll go to item 13.15, approval of policy, board policy 6900 bookstores. Jason Bowen, you want to make a comment?
Hello. I don't have any particular issue with the item other than it's a point of pride. It would be a point of pride for me as a student and certainly as a faculty member when I'm at a school where I can say our bookstore and our cafeteria is managed by the school I attend. It sends a powerful message as a student. I was at Riverside City College. We had a Tiger's Den and it was managed by Riverside City College. This was a long time ago. But the message it sent to me as a student was, we have the talent and the ability to build our institutions here with our in-house talent. So as a student trying to achieve the impossible, get a PhD in biology or something, or win a Nobel Prize, you know, these are things that I'm sure many of us have dreamt of and still dream of. It begins when I can observe the community that I'm in actually doing the social construction, building the institutions, managing the cafeteria. So what I hope that I would see in the future, and I don't know how long into the future this would be, but I certainly dream of seeing the cafeteria and the bookstore run by Antelope Valley College.
Thank you.
Mr. President.
Yes. Mike.
Mr. President, I'm sorry, but I wanted to pull some items on your consent agenda.
Can we just go ahead and take the individual comments like we did with Jason without? Yeah, the motion's been made, so now can be questions, commentary on the consent calendar as a whole.
Yeah, we should stick to the current agenda item and then allow board member reads afterwards.
So I wanted to make comments on 13.4, 13.5.
Well, why don't you start with 13.4?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll start one individually. Okay, can we have the Vice President?
Good evening, Board.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
I took time to print out the purchase orders
Sure.
that we're talking about on 13.4 down to 13.7. And, you know, can you explain to us how this works? Now, some of these items on these purchase orders, I recognize that the board approved them. And a lot of them we didn't approve. And now you're coming to us and you want us to approve purchase orders. So how does this work? Give me an example of, you know, how you get a contractor and then you give them a purchase order and all that. Can you?
Sure. So contracts, for example, a contract might come across, we'll use Sierra Schools 13.5. right? So that for the student services building that's being built, there was a large contract with a bunch of individual items for the furniture for that building, right? That came to you for approval. You approved that contract. Now that's been converted into a purchase order. Item 13.5 is just that contract broken up into 4 individual purchase orders.
Okay.
And so then it shows up here. There are other cases where, for example, a ratification might be in order. For example, a piggyback, and we can give you a flow chart. There's various scenarios, and each of those scenarios, either it's going to require us coming to board prior to, or it's going to require ratification within 60 days. And you see some of those examples here where there's, for example, contract might come across and say ratification, but there is a threshold. Underneath that threshold, I believe it's 25,000. There's not a requirement for it to get prior board approval. A requisition is going to be entered. That requisition is going to go through a queue. That queue is then going to be approved by the president. Then you're going to see that on the PO report. So not every purchase order here or is going to require board approval. There is that threshold here, but we can give you a flow chart that details all of that information.
Okay, since we're on 13.4, let me go through it real quick. And here's something for Chicago Title and Escrow sites and improvement of sites, $8,468,000.
Yes, sir. So that is the property acquisition, and that came to the board, remember. So that is part of that $9 million property acquisition.
That's what that one. Okay, this is 13.4. So I guess I'll have to ask you about the other ones after we vote on each one of them individual.
No,
I can go ahead.
yes, because we have a motion and a second on the floor. So we're taking this all as one.
I'll go ahead and continue
So,
on. Then.
Sure.
So, for brevity too. Explain this cooperative agreement purchase. What is that about?
Those are piggybacks, sir. So that is, for example, if another similar district or another school district has entered into an agreement or gone through the bidding process and made their bid package what they call piggybackable, meaning other agencies can also use it. They've done a competitive bidding process, and they've allowed in their language for other entities to also proceed on with that contract. They're allowed to do so. So that's why that's broken up between regular purchase orders and those purchase orders which are being entered into as piggybacks.
Okay. On 13.6, there's an item in here for the Palmdale campus, and it's $644,000. Is that for the rental?
Yes, it is. That's the lease.
Is that a yearly rental?
Yes, it is, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
I think is it 30-year lease?
I believe it goes through 2049, sir.
Okay. Okay. 13.7. Okay. Well, that's it on the purchase orders. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Any other questions? Hearing none. Advice?
I approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes on the floor. Okay, now we'll move along to action items. Approval of resolution number 22-23/1, authorizing an increase to the 2022-23 GAN limit.
So move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President. On the bottom here, it says that if you have any questions, to call the California Community College people. And I tried to contact them to get some clarification about what this is about. Can you help me, Mr. Vice President?
Yes, I can. Let me grab that agenda. So the GAN limit is an appropriations limit. It was, I have documentation here. Actually, I can just provide it to you. But the gist of it is to use taxpayer dollars effectively. So that agreement was entered into the 1970s, and then it adjusts for inflation annually. And we complete this worksheet on an annual basis using prior year's apportionment, which is the top line. We then apply the listed factors there. It results in a calculated appropriations limit, which on our spreadsheet is 79 million. We then enter our appropriations for the current year, for the budget year, do a comparison. We are over that limit and we report that to the state. You'll be seeing a resolution here authorizing us or accepting that we are over that limit. All of those agreements through the state for both community colleges and K-12 districts are then sent to Department of Finance, and then they report it in aggregate.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Have a motion and a second. Advice?
I approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes 4-0. Item 14.2, approval of superintendent's organizational report. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President.
Okay, Mr. Reeves.
Well, this organization report lists a lot of people who are authorized to sign money, sign checks. And I think that we wanted to include some other people on here to be able to sign this money. Do we need, just a broad question, do we need all these people to be able to sign checks? Shouldn't that be relegated to final approval by the vice president and the president of the college? Why do we need deans and a whole slew of people signing checks?
We have various funds, different authorizers or different fund managers are responsible for those funds.
Right.
But they are not, our queues and our internal processes don't allow users that are not in any particular queue to sign on any particular check. So, you know, in the district, we don't have separate checkbooks that people can just write separate checks from. There is a process. It goes through Banner. There are workflows and there are controls in place. Our external and our internal auditors verify that we're, you know, that we have control over our funds and over our check writing. So anybody there that's on that org report and we reviewed it, they're there to allow the business of the college to proceed. And there is control over that process.
So as far as you know, there's never been an issue with any of the checks.
Of somebody within the routing queue, within the org report, as far as I know, there has never been an issue. Even outside of that, there has not. I mean, if there is an issue, it would likely be that it was stolen or, you know, forged out of the mail, but not at the district level, not within, you know, the finance department or within the departments of the district.
Now, doesn't the president of the college have authority to issue a check for $50,000 and below? Is that
Yeah, they do. They do have that authority.
right? Without going to the board. That's an emergency situation.
If there's an emergency. I mean, we have good processes in place. We have good controls in place and the queues are there for that particular reason.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on the floor. Advice?
I approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes 4-0. Okay, item 14.3, approval of contract renewal with Keenan Associates for the Fisheries Public Entity Investment Trust Program through June 30th, 2023. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President, I pulled up this contract we have with Keenan. And on page 7, Council, I noticed that I'm confused about this. If either party breaches this agreement, then the breaching party shall defend, indemnify, and hold harmless the non-breaching party, its officers, and et cetera. And then part B, each party shall fully indemnify, defend, and hold harmless the other party in their respective. Does this mean that if they screw up, they don't have to pay anything, or what?
Essentially, indemnification agreements are commonplace
Mike.
in contracts for both parties.
Indemnification agreements are common in contracts where each party has a willingness or agrees to, if the other, if one party breaches, that the other party is indemnified due to the breaching party's negligence or neglect of the contract. So this is not uncommon. In terms of this particular contract, we've had agreements with Keenan for many years in terms of them providing various types of services for us in terms of our liability. This is not uncommon.
Well, the reason I asked, because going back to the purchase orders, there was a purchase order for $800 million with this firm. Are you aware of that?
800 million?
800 million.
A purchase
Or
order for
8
800
million.
million?
But let me look it up.
I know our budget is not.
Yeah. But anyway, that's why I was asking about it. If they're handling that kind of money or involved in that kind of money, you know, I wanted to make sure they're responsible if there's an error.
Well, and without knowing specifically what you're speaking of, Keenan, you know, handles our property and liability and other matters, insures us on other matters. So can we do that? Can we talk about specifically what you're talking about? Because I'm not familiar with an 800 million.
It was the $8 million.
Oh, 8 million.
8 million.
I'm sorry. I thought I heard you say 800.
It wasn't Keenan, it was another company.
Okay, so just in terms of Keenan, they're reliable, reputable. They represent hundreds of school districts in the state of California, and provide insurance coverage of various types. And so I'd be happy to have a discussion if we want to have a discussion about this at another time specifically, but not having had advance notice and knowing exactly what we're talking about, I'm not sure what I should.
13.6 purchase order has them listed down as $849,879. That's almost $1 million.
Okay, and that is the cost of their services for workers' comp. I heard the vice president.
Is that correct? That's the cost of their services?
Workers' comp, that's part of the workers' comp.
Okay. Workers' compensation insurance is not inexpensive. We have to provide coverage to every employee who works for the college, not just those people who are full-time and part-time, but also for students, and it's not inexpensive.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else have any other questions? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Item 14.4, approval of 2022-2023 athletic fall sports schedules for men and women's sports. Do we have a motion?
So move.
Second?
I have a discussion.
Yes.
Yes, I will actually have a question for the athletic department. I noticed that the football schedule did not have a homecoming. So are we gonna have homecoming, or is that something that somebody could tell me?
Good question, Corey. Thank you. So I'm not sure the answer to that, but sometimes we may have it and it not be indicated on that athletic schedule. But I'll find out for you.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other discussion? Okay, hearing none. Advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes 4-0. Item 14.5, approval of agreement between Northrop Grumman Systems Corporation, El Valley College for a technical training program through May of 2025. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
I do have a discussion. So whoever wrote this, it's good. It's nothing bad. My question is, when I was reading it, it said that our teacher will have one of our professors go with the students, and our professors, if I'm not mistaken, would teach our students just in their facility with under supervision of one of their employees at North.
Yes, Corey, that's right. Our labs are not operable right now, so we had to move to the Northrop Grumman site. They were kind enough to allow us to use it as an instructional site for the summer.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Item 14.6, approval of school affiliation agreement between Antelope Valley College and Palmdale Regional Medical Center from June 30th, 2020 through June 30th, 2025. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President. I'm wondering if, are we going to have an MOU with AV Hospital and Kaiser?
So we do have one with AV Hospital that expires June 30th of 2023. So next year around this time, you'll be seeing that renewal. And Kaiser, I'm not sure. Kaiser's in place as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, item 14.7, approval of service agreement with Life Signs, now DBA Life Signs Incorporated, to provide sign language interpreting services for deaf students, faculty, and community members. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 14.8, approval of service agreement between Antelope Valley College and ExamSoft Worldwide LLC for software products use in the nursing program. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, any
I
discussion?
do have discussion. Well, first I want to ask a question. Why do the nursing program students need to use this program? And not all of the other students, just curious.
Nursing students use that program in preparation for the NCLEX exam, the National Board Nursing Exam, which is only done online. So to practice for preparation to pass that test, all of their exams were moved online and are formatted in NCLEX style questions.
Okay. Then my second thing, you sit down, sir. My second thing is I don't agree with this only because I had trouble with proctoral when the start of COVID, and I had internet issues. I didn't have a hotspot at the time. I didn't even have internet in my home. And also this spring of 2022, there was a resolution submitted to SSCCC, and we debated on the floor to eliminate proctoral and all proctoral systems, which passed on the floor at SSCCC because whereas proctoral systems such as companies mentioned in the resolution, whereas create a multitude of issues such as racial and bias concerns over the compilation of usage of data and privacy and connectivity issues for students. And so we would like it to be resolved that we advocate to eliminate proctoral, all proctoral systems, and that is being sent to the Board of Governors. And that's my comment.
Okay, anybody else have a comment? Hearing none, advice?
Agree.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Passes 4-0. Okay, item 14.9, approval to purchase Rapid Identity Cloud software from SHI International Corporation with HERF funds. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 14.10, approval of contract renewal with Illumin for software and hosting services. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 14.11, approval of contract extension with Pathify, formerly UCrew, interesting name, for AVC's cloud-based portal solution. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 14.12, approval to utilize the Foundation for California Community Colleges Master's Agreement with Waxies Enterprises LLC DBA Waxy Sanitary Supply. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 14.3, approval to utilize cooperative agreement held by Carrier Global Corporation for the district's HVAC needs. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President. I'm wondering why we didn't solicit and hire a local company for this.
We've used a piggyback here, sir. So this contract was competitively bid. We found that that vendor, everything was done through the correct process, so we utilized that bid there.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is any other discussion? Hearing none advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Item 14.13, approval to utilize cooperative agreement held by Carrier Global Corporation. Oh, we just did that? And I'm wearing out. 14.14, approval to utilize cooperative piggyback agreement held by United Parcel Services Incorporated for the district shipping and delivery needs. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Item 14.15, approval to utilize cooperative agreement with ARC Document Solutions LLC, Biotron Systems Incorporated for the district's document conversion and related services and equipment needs. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 14.16, approval to utilize cooperative agreement to utilize the CMAS agreement 3-14-70-204 5R with NE Systems Incorporated, Carasoft Technology Corporation for the district's information technology needs. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 14.17, approval to utilize agreement with the Foundation for California Community Colleges Master's Agreement with Planet Bids for the purchase of items and services related to e-procurement. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Item 14.18, approval to utilize cooperative agreement with the CMAS agreement 3-13-70-204-5P with NE Systems Incorporated, which is EC America Incorporated for the district's information technology needs. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 14.19, approval to utilize Diamedical USA Equipment LLC piggyback agreement through the interlocal purchasing system TIPS. Is there a motion?
So move.
Is there a second? Okay, any discussion? Hearing none advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 14.20, approval to extend the use of NASPO Value Point Cooperative Agreement with Snap-on Industrial, a division of IDSC Holdings LLC for the purchase of lifts and equipment through February 10th, 2023. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 14.21, approval to extend the use of the Foundation for California Community Colleges Cooperative Agreement, CB 194-16 with SHI International Corporation for the purchase of software reseller services through December 31st, 2022. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 14.22, approval of project assignment amendment revision to the Kruger Benson Zymer Architects Incorporated Katie Lab Project 21-015 with strong workforce funds. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 14.23, approval of ratification of contract for Stevens Construction EL 123 lab renovation with strong workforce funds. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Item 14.24, approval of carpet purchase Mohawk Flooring Administration A, Fine Arts 3, FA 3, Library, Yoseata Hall, Hazy Hall, Learning Center, and Mesquite Hall. A carpet signage and paint upgrade 22-008 with scheduled maintenance funds. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, discussion?
Yes, Mr. President, I have a question. Hi, is this a piggyback agreement?
This is. One second. Yes, it is, sir.
Okay,
I lost my space in my.
okay,
but it
thank
is.
you.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Item 14.25, approval of Division of State Architect Fees, Infrastructure Project 17-029 with Measure AV funds. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, advice?
Approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 14.26, approval of project assignment amendment to Ledesma and Meyer Construction Company Incorporated, Student Services 17-037 with Measure AV funds. Is our motion?
So move.
Second.
Okay, and we have a card on that, Jason Bowen.
I only had a question. This is the fourth project assignment amendment for Ledesma and Myers' work. And the three reasons listed for the amendment, the original budget was 17.3 million and the amendment increases that budget by $728,100. And the reasons were adverse controller performance, necessary remedial work, and stoppages. And I simply wanted to know, what does adverse contractor performance mean? What is the remedial work that needs to be done, and what was the nature of the stoppages?
We had a contractor that we've discussed here previously that was on multiple projects that didn't perform, eventually left those projects. These are the additional fees to help scope out a replacement for that and complete that work and follow through with an extended timeline for that purpose.
So are we bailing these people out because they didn't do the job? Is that what?
No, but we had costs continuing to incur because of that delay. So our other services continued. So one contractor that was supposed to do a specified thing may not have performed, but our other contracts are still in place and they've now been extended because of that one performance issue. And that's what resulted in this.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none advice? All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Item 14.27, approval of ratification of contract for M.W. Lloyd Incorporated Outdoor Fitness Project Center Project 22-014 with Measure AV funds. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President. Is this on-campus project, or is this the project that's going on between the city of Lancaster and Palmdale? Is this, what is it?
14.27, correct? That is the outdoor fitness center. That is a district project, sir.
On campus?
On campus, yeah. That'll allow our athletes and our students the use of an outdoor fitness area so they don't have to train and work out indoors. So it'll help mitigate the spread of COVID.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is this an add-on to the one that we already have back there?
This is behind the stadium. There is a vacant lot. That lot will be developed next to the far field there.
Okay.
Okay.
Because currently I use the one we have too, so. And then will that be open to all students, just athlete students?
That I am not the person to answer that question.
All right, thank you.
Classes.
I believe the intent is mixed use, students and athletes.
Thank you.
And employees. Okay, any other questions? Advice?
Approved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Item 14.28, approval of field contract for services amendment number 1 for Sean Kahn Consulting Company Incorporated, DBA SKC, for the Marauder Complex Project 17-01041 with Measure AV funds. Do we have a motion?
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Advice?
Approved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yay. Okay, reports and announcements. Academic Senate and Ryder.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board, President Zealot. While I have no formal summer report at this moment, on behalf of the Academic Senate and the Academic Senate Executive Committee and myself, we extend a cordial, a warm and respectful welcome to you, President Zealot. We look forward to not only working with you as I think we move into a new chapter. As we move into a new chapter that allows us to capture the vision of what the board sees as we move forward, but also move forward in the things that we know that are important as we look at students, as we look at our staff, as we look at faculty, and as we look at each other. And so again, we extend that warm welcome and look forward to the future with you.
Thank you. And Antelope Valley College Federation of Teachers, Dr. Jason Bowen.
This is exciting for me to be here. Actually, it's my first board meeting as ABCFT president. And I am following in the footsteps of Dr. Aurora Bird, who she's a tough act to follow. I won't even try. So I decided I'm just going to focus on the strengths that I bring to the position, because she was absolutely amazing as ABCFT president. She was an exceptional role model, example. She was thorough. She takes the best notes that I've ever seen anyone take in life. She's a wonderful human being. And she was always focused on faculty and students. She did her job as ABCFT president. And then, you know, as a geology instructor, she's taken her students to the beach to do the projects that they do. She's a mother, a wife. And
you know, the more I talk about it, the more intimidating the job becomes. So I'm going to stop there. But I'm thankful for her work, and I'm especially grateful that she's going to continue on in another role in the union, because I need her, actually. I need her advice, I need her counsel. I'd like to extend, on behalf of AVCFT, a warm welcome to Dr. Jennifer Zealot as president. I think this is a new beginning. Things take time to change and move, years, and I'm looking forward to working with you. The union's looking forward to it, and we're going to do some amazing things, not only for our community, but for the students as well. And I understand we're not always going to see eye to eye. That's fine. That's part of the job. But I think that between trying to get the work done, not agreeing, there's going to be considerable glory for the community. I'd like to commend the Board of Trustees, actually, for your engagement with the students. So, you know, I've had a lot to say about different issues, but I haven't commended you enough for the work that you do on behalf of the students. So the students actually have benefited a great deal from your work, and they continue to do so. So I'd like to congratulate on behalf of the AVCFT, the appointed educational administrators, Nate Dillon, Catherine Mitchell, and Catherine Hart. And I want to say that lastly, I just want to say that what I hope to do as AVCFT president is build relationships and do great work that ultimately benefits the students. Thank you.
Confidential management, supervisory, administrator, employees, and I believe it is, oh, wait a minute. Let's go to Antelope Valley College Federation classified employees. And I believe that's Suzanne Olson. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, now we'll go to confidential management supervisor. And that would be Michelle Hernandez, and filling in for her is Dawn McIntosh.
Good evening, everyone. Dr. Zillette, we just wanted to take a minute and welcome you. We are very excited to work with you and learn from you, and welcome to Antelope Valley College.
Thank you. Our student ASO representative is not here tonight. Is that right? Next, Antelope Valley College Foundation, Diane Knippel. Okay. And Office Superintendent President, Dr. Zillette.
Good evening, Chair Buffalo and Board of Trustees. The past 11 days have been full of learning, excitement, tests of processes, meetings, decisions, and gratitude. I want to thank the board and this community for inviting me to join you all in the vital work here at Antelope Valley College. This college is a gem. Like a gemstone, there are many facets to our institution, and it requires polish and upkeep. And the more it's cared for and improved, the greater its value. It has been my privilege to have already met with campus leadership across many working units, and I'm looking forward to the upcoming meetings as well. I'm encouraged at the positive forging of relationships and agreement upon common goals. We must join our energies and intentions to grow enrollments and increase student success, retention, and completion. As we polish our work, we will increase in value to the community, and we will emerge as a diamond in the desert. I want to update the board and constituent groups on the campus closure that happened on June 30th. There was a threat that was phoned in to the LA County Sheriff's Office, and it was deemed credible. Campus leaders responded as quickly as possible. The call came at an interesting time after President Emeritus Knudsen had left campus for his last time, and before I began my responsibilities as president on July 1. Deputy Pine was in contact with President Knudsen, and he was in contact with both me and the administrative staff who were working on the messaging. Overall, the response was solid and according to our plan. And it's important to note, the executive team met today with Deputy Pine and Risk Management's Terry Cleveland to examine the team's response. looking for what was done well, where there is opportunity for improvement, and where retraining should occur. We came away with some action items, the most crucial of which are a couple of things. There's a smaller task force of the executive team working on communication templates and language. And given the number of new administrators at all levels, here's the second important thing. We will conduct mandatory basic baseline training on the emergency operation plans for all administrators. We did the right thing by taking the information seriously, and we are committed to do all that we can to ensure that ABC is a safe place for students and employees alike. Updates from academic affairs. After a 2-year hiatus due to complications during COVID, the ABC Wildland Fire Academy held its graduation ceremony on Friday, June 24th. 34 graduates accepted their certificates in front of proud and boisterous family and friends in the Performing Arts Center. The Wildland Fire faculty and staff, under the leadership of Dean Greg Borman, are applauded for their exhaustive efforts to revitalize the valuable program as quickly as possible. Another update, 3 students from Antelope Valley College have been selected as recipients of the 2022 Lockheed Martin Vocational Scholarship. Recipients receive $5,000 toward their studies in advanced manufacturing, computer science, engineering, or mechanical repair technologies. A formal announcement will be made in August by the Lockheed Corporation, and we will share that information with the public as well. About enrollment, a year ago today, we were at 2438 FTES. A year later, we are at 2771. So we are excited that we are looking at an uptick in enrollments. We are hoping that this trend continues. We're looking at a little bit longer enrollment this year than last year. So we're watching those trends to see how they match up. We are also pleased to announce that as we look at fill rates and some of these other things, we're monitoring where students have interest, and we're looking at the modalities in which students have interest. And our deans and our vice president of academic affairs are using the information to make data-informed decisions about where classes should be added and in what modalities. And we are proud to say that our success rates in our online classes meet and in some areas exceed those of our face-to-face classes. And so I want to thank the faculty who have really worked hard at their online classes, making sure that they are effectively using that avenue to give students access. In student affairs, a couple more updates. In student affairs, the ABC PAVE, ABC Veterans Program was selected to be a PAVE partner campus. And after an extensive application process and interview, PAVE, which is a peer-to-peer program, connects incoming student veterans attending college on the post 9/11 GI Bill with successful student veteran peers on our campus to provide support, navigate successful college life, and identify any challenges that the veterans are encountering, referring them to the appropriate resources on or off our campuses. In partnership with the Student Veterans of America, PAVE is currently implemented on 42 campuses nationwide, and we are one of them. So that's an exciting thing. Congratulations to Student Services and our Veterans Program. LAE program, the Learning Allied Employment Program, is an employment state-funded program that will be an amazing opportunity for our undocumented students. There's funds that are available for students to get employment in their area of interest, and these funds supplement the compensation for these students. And some, depending on if it's through school or if it's a private corporation, or there's different levels of supplementary funding. But it promotes employment as students are learning, and the end goal is that as students complete, they go straight into gainful employment. So this is a win also, not only for our students, but for Antelope Valley College and our community. I want to thank you again. It's a privilege for me to be in this position. And Jason, you and I will always share that this is our first meeting as presidents at an Antelope Valley College board meeting. I want to thank you for the opportunity to serve alongside you. It is clear to me that this community is committed, this community will put students first, and that we're looking ahead to the future and making sure that Antelope Valley College is the best community college in the state of California.
Thank you. Board member comments. We'll start with our student trustee.
Thank you. Let me pull something up real quick. I just finished my my Civic and Leadership Engagement Training Certificate program, and where I learned how to mobilize the students here on campus I am actively building a vote coalition here on campus, and anybody's welcome to join. So the vote coalition is going to consist of students, faculty, staff member, clubs, the academic senate, administration. So that way we could get out the vote with our students here on campus and encourage them to vote. We want to be able to register at least 5,000 students this coming school year so we could win the California Ballot Bowl competition. And also my next training is going to be for the Civic and Leadership Engagement degree program. And for that program, I will learn more extensive knowledge about, hold on one second, sorry. I'm gonna learn more extensive knowledge about how to advance coalition building. I'm also gonna learn about institutionalizing voting on my campus some more. And I'm also gonna learn about building an action block and also learning about fundraising and opportunities to work with different media outlets such as, newspapers and podcasts and TV and YouTube, such as earned media workshops like that. Sorry. But yeah, that's what I got going on right now. And yeah, I just want to thank the president. I love what you just did with that metaphor. It's so cool because my whole English 103 class today, this month, nothing but metaphors. He's teaching us everything but metaphors. So now I understand the importance of metaphors, how we use it, like you just used ABC as a gym. I will never forget that metaphor. So yeah, other than that, that's all I got. Thank you.
Mr. Adams.
I was honored to attend Frank Modell's memorial potluck on June 28th, which was very well represented at the maintenance yard. Lots and lots of people, lots and lots of stories. Most of the stories were pretty wild and pretty funny, and I have to say that none of them surprised me. And knowing Frank, they would say the story and people would laugh, and I'd say, yeah, I can see that. The other thing that came out of that event was that the number of people who said that the folks there in maintenance were Frank's family, and you could tell it was Frank's family. And I think Frank knew that. I think Frank appreciated that. And I think Frank, he's looking down at us right now and is pretty happy.
Okay, Mr. Reeves.
Corey, congratulations. And I've seen you out there registering people to vote. Thank you. Welcome, new president. We look forward to working with you the next 2.5 years that I'm on the board. And I applaud you for kind of revving up the emergency process here on campus. We are in an earthquake-prone country, and anything we can do to make it safer for the students and the staff, I'm all for it. Thank you.
Ms. Gaines.
Okay, I too want to say to Dr. Zealot, welcome. I so look forward to working with you, and I love your energy that you're bringing. Just your very first meeting, it's awesome to see. Corey, it sounds like you've got your hands in everything. Way to go! I like that. That's a good way. That's a good position to be in. I'm very happy to hear that our enrollment is up. One of those students is my granddaughter, who's a junior in high school. And I just have to tell you the story she came home with. She said, I have to do a test online and we only have so long to do it. I said, welcome to ABC. Welcome to ABC. So she was like really sweating that test for a couple of days, but so happy to have her here where grandma went to school. So yeah, and I wish everybody some time this summer. I hope you get some vacation. I had a couple of weeks, one of which I did get COVID, I'll be honest with you, but I have a different respect now for COVID than what I did prior to actually contacting that virus. So hope everybody gets some time safe and you don't get sick with COVID like I did. Thank you.
So everything as I walk around campus seems to be very good these days. I've talked to a lot of people as I walk around. I walk around about 3, 4, 5 days a week around the campus. Good exercise, kind of hot out there this morning. But anyway, and then I wanted to announce, I was a student here back in 67, 68, 69. What's interesting is I don't feel that old. Yet today I had my first great granddaughter. So now I'm a great grandfather. So holy cow, how did I get this old? So anyway, I'd like to welcome Dr. Zalat. I think she's off and running. I think she's going to bring a whole new experience to the college and we're excited. And that will be the meeting and we will adjourn till the next meeting, August 8th, 2022. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't either until I got the picture this morning.
Grandfather.